There aren't too many opportunities on the base chain. There's of course Aerodrome, but Aerodrome is already very large. When we look at meme coin trading, Bread is the largest one on the base chain. Now, does it make sense to buy Bread right now? It was bleeding quite a bit with the rest of the meme coin market in the last week. Does it make sense to buy this dip? Let's have a look at some on-chain metrics to see whether or not there's long-term adoption and whether or not it makes sense to take potential opportunity here. Now, Base has seen quite a bit of adoption. Its total value locked is 2.4 billion and its trend is pretty consistent. It's the 6th largest chain in terms of TVL and it's the 4th largest chain in terms of bridged total value locked. And so it appears as if recently all of DeFi is rather taking a breather right now. Base is not taking a breather. Now here are the top trending tokens on Base. And of course we've got the newly issued Coinbase Bitcoin, but we've also got Aerodrome with a liquidity of 130 million. And we've got the largest of the meme coins, Bread, with only a liquidity pool of 8.2 million. Note how the Base chain has much less meme coins compared to Solana. With Solana, every single trending token is now a meme coin. Now we are currently at 7.8 cents. We are down more than 20% this week. And that's happening while Bitcoin barely moved. It only went down by 3%. And so since listing on CoinMarketCap, Bread doubled roughly. It's up 101%. However, it's all about being early. When we look at the liquidity pool, when we look at when Bread actually started trading on the Base chain, we see very, very different gains. In the first few days, Bread appreciated by more than 30,000%. And so is this a potential opportunity now? Are we potentially seeing a floor here? Let's look at the on-chain analytics in a second. Let's dive into the individual transactions in a moment. I first want to share my statistics around YouTube for Bread because I published various videos on the token already on this channel. So there are 6 videos on Bread on this channel. One of them had been a rug pull, so Chinese Bread. We identified this in the video as well. I hope nobody got burnt by this. The warning in the video was pretty clear. It was a trending token at the time, but have a look at the number of views. It started off with 7,000, it stayed at 7,000, then 4,500, then 8,000. And the recent video has a bit fewer views, but it's also the newest of the videos. It's still on average an outperformer. So the average video is in gray, that recent video is in blue. In other words, it seems like there is still a lot of consistent retail interest. The number of views over time isn't really declining. And even the recently published video is outperforming. Now let's get into the meat of this channel. I like to look at on-chain data regularly over here. Let's look at what all of those hundreds of thousands of holders are doing. So on the Base chain, we've got almost 700,000 holders, but not all of them are created equally. Some of them might just have a few cents worth of the token. So let's introduce some minimum holding thresholds. On the left side, we've got the number of wallets over time that have at least 10,000 Bread tokens. So at the current price, that's $780. That's what I consider retail. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. That's another 10x in minimum holding. So roughly $8,000 worth of the token. On the right, we've got the whales. That's $80,000 worth of the token. It seems like the whales pretty much stopped accumulating. Medium-sized retail buys a little bit. It seems like the smallest of the wallets buy the fastest. Now, what does that mean? We're currently at 35,500 wallets. 1 month from now, we were at 35,300. So we grew by less than 1% in the course of a month. We see growth, but not very quick growth. So there's some kind of a stagnation in the adoption. On top of that, we also see how trading volume seems to be dominated by the centralized exchanges, because a lot of the trading volume happens via bots, via returning users. This is something we don't see that often on chain. We see more than 85% of trading volume on a day by returning users, not by new users. And so here's the spot trading volume just ordered by the different exchanges. We don't even see Aerodrome or Uniswap over here. We also see quite a bit of activity on the bets on the price via perpetual futures. The number of buyers and sellers per day is also on a rather low level historically. And so I'm personally not surprised by this. I have the impression Bread is simply too large. I have the impression that the market currently is splitting. What we've got over here is the others dominance. So this is how much of all of crypto is currently in the altcoins that are not in the top 10. And since beginning of the year, this tends to rather go down. At the same time, we see how the Bitcoin dominance is going up. And that's because of the positive inflows into the Bitcoin ETF. There is a split happening here. There is one part of the investor base that simply just wants to get exposure to crypto and it just buys the hardest of the assets, that buys Bitcoin either directly on chain or indirectly through the ETF. And then there's the other part of investors that want to get the 10x, the 100x returns. And when then a market cap of a meme coin gets too large, there is no more 10 or 100x. So it's either about allocating to the largest asset, to Bitcoin, or it's about buying the very small assets. The middle is shrinking away. The DeFi protocols that have very large market caps or the meme coins that are in the hundreds of millions have a comparatively harder time. Because check this out, when we order by market cap in the last 7 days, all the meme coins lost. But when we look at the meme coins that appreciated in the last 7 days, all of them are rather small in market cap. There's only 2 that are above 100 million. The other meme coins that gained are only in the tens of millions. And again, Brett has a market cap of 700 million. It can't that easily 10x from here. It's all about being early. It's all about buying when a token has freshly launched. And it's not about buying when there's already hundreds of millions of market cap. And so then there's the big question, right? How can we identify such tokens early before they are big? And my answer to this is wallet tracking. I like to track wallets of influencers and of traders that have a good record. Check this out. This is part of Premium. So there's a premium membership of this channel. And this is the influencer trade channel. And we see here how the Dogecoin millionaire bought some bread. We see how Crypto Lifter bought some bread. We see how Handsome Finance bought bread. And those kind of signals started off in the middle of March already. And so we've got 12 wallets by Alex Becker. Not all of those wallets are well known. We've got 33 wallets by Crypto Banter, a channel with more than 1 million subscribers. We've got 55 wallets of Crypto Gains, who does have quite a bit of influence on small cap cryptocurrencies. I find the topic so important that I created a dedicated video tutorial course. So there's 8 videos on how to find different influencer wallets, on how to track them, and how to then afterwards analyze and interpret those signals that we get from the tracking. There's not just wallet tracking videos, there's more than 100 videos in total. There's also videos about risk management, portfolio management, blockchain analytics, etc. Of course, there are also dedicated chats on when to buy and sell for the different altcoins. We also discuss the on-chain metrics over there. And I share my own trades as well. For example, here, this Ethereum short that I opened recently. And there are regularly published videos on the market as a whole as well. So feel free to check it out. It's $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like what you see, just message me within the first 7 days and I'll refund you 100%. So again, I think the opportunity now is not in Brett. It might be on Base. Base continues to grow, but it's probably rather in the smaller meme coins that still see adoption. Brett doesn't really see accumulation that's quick enough. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I appreciate you greatly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. Helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in Premium. Cheers.